Good morning, Tarkov. How's everyone doing? Morning. We got a bit of an interesting topic today. I'm hoping that we actually have some spicy boys in the chat because I want to have a discussion. I want to actually have a discussion and maybe we can figure some things out. Oh, also, speaking of the spicy boys, we're bringing the chat back. Let's see if people can behave a little bit. What up, Alexander? I don't know if Jack's going to be around because he's in the middle of a big game right now. But if he is going to be around, then I'll tell him who to. But Alex, unless someone is being like blatantly toxic, don't give them some. Unless someone is being blatantly toxic, give them some leeway because I want to see if we get some negative people in here, negative on Tarkov people. I want to do what I meant to do the other day, which I didn't really end up doing because we didn't end up getting any negative people until like way later. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that they wanted to do that, so I just kind of gave them a quick answer, and it was supposed to be a long answer. So I want to hopefully we can get some proper communications and discourse or whatever communication today. Have a bit of a discussion. Anyway, as we're waiting for people to show up, welcome to Good Morning Tarkov. This is the morning show that I've been doing for a few weeks now. It seems like this might be a bit of a more permanent thing with the channel because everyone seems to like it. It's from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern United States time. Jump on here for just 1 hour every morning, and or at least my morning for the eastern coast of the United States there. And we just chit chat about Tarkov. We haven't had any major patches pop up, but if the major patch did pop up, or if something did pop up where gameplay would be involved, I still need to figure out whether gameplay is going to be involved. Maybe we can talk about that today. I don't know what you guys think about that. Should I play if there's going to be a patch like the wipe day? If it's playable at 9 a.m., should I just go live on here? I'm not actually sure what I should do with that. But anyway, if you guys are watching the VOD, because there is going to be a VOD going live after this actual live stream here, you guys can check out the description and the top comments, and you'll see some timestamps of whenever we talk about the topics that we're talking about today. Which it's just going to be the intro, and then it's going to be the Q&A. There really isn't going to be too much to follow after, because the topic for today is really just kind of discussion. So hopefully we get some a little bit more negative people, or maybe if you guys can think a little bit more critically about Escape from Tarkov, if there's something that, which probably wouldn't be too hard for most people actually, if there's something that you really just don't like about Escape from Tarkov, then maybe we can figure something out in terms of an idea or some feedback or something. Because a big thing about these live streams, and a big thing about me wanting to start these discussions and these like open discussions and whatnot, is I don't know what I don't know. So I've been playing so long, and I've done so many raids, and I just kind of have this kind of style about how I go at Escape from Tarkov between raids, and just like where I get my loot and how I get my money and stuff like that. So there's probably, there's bound to be little nooks and crannies that people fit into that they just super struggle with, and maybe there's something as simple as telling them, hey, that actually this will help with that, or that specific attachment will help with that, or if you use that specific round, or that that ammunition for that weapon, that will help with that. If you use that kind of visor instead of that kind of visor, or that kind of helmet instead of that kind of helmet, things like that. That kind of red dot instead of that kind of red dot, or that kind of scope, things like that. So maybe we can, like I said, I don't know what I don't know, and maybe we can kind of help some people out here today. So that's what I'm hoping to do. That's kind of the topic for today. We're just gonna kind of, excuse me, get right into it. But let me hit everyone with the good mornings. How's everyone doing? How OP would LMG be? Not necessarily OP unless they get the pinning correct, or like the suppression kind of stuff, like what you get with Battlefield. Speaking of Battlefield, did you guys see those leaks? Let me know what you think of those leaks. I'm going to be playing Battlefield, but it's going to be on the second channel, guys. I got to make sure that I keep... This is going to stay Tarkov. What was that? Is that guy being a... Yeah, chill with that. I don't know why people seem to be doing that. If we get too much more of that, they're gonna ruin the fun for everyone. Unfortunately, we'll take the chat off. But anyway, morning. Let me see how many people I can get to here. What's up, Ethan? Tarkov not cool. All right, then let me know what's up. What's up, Jack? Morning, Hugo. Morning, Raleigh. Wheel guns? What do you mean wheel guns? EOD limited edition still up? Yeah, the limited edition is still up because it's not launched yet. It'll go away after launch. At least that was the last time that we talked about it. Don't forget about Europe. You chav. I mean, this is Europe. I mean, most of you guys are probably from Europe. If you're up this early, you're able to listen to this early, unless you're in the VOD. Hey, hello, Elias. Hello, Peter. Will there be a victory? Will there be a sale on Victory Day? Is there a chance? There is totally a chance of a sale. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was one last year. We definitely had that surprise patch where we got the PPSH in the 1911. So if anything, I think we're going to get something that happens with Victory Day, whether it be a new gun, whether it be a sale, or whether it be something interesting involving Russia, something to do with Russia and World War II, that kind of a thing. Morning, Sharper. When and how do you think Black Division will get added? My current theory with Black Division right now is that it is not going to be like a playable NPC. Or, of course, it wouldn't be playable because that wouldn't make it an NPC. That's the complete opposite. But a playable faction or anything like that. I think what it's going to be based off of the artwork that we've seen with it. And you know what? I'll just toss the slideshow up here already. Based off of the artwork that we've seen for it already, I think what's going to happen with that is there's going to be like the top 1,000 players or whatever in the world are going to be considered the quote unquote Black Division as like a trophy or as like an achievement for those people. And you'll get those armbands or you'll get those patches or whatever, because as a Black Division, like super operator, stealthy guy, it just doesn't make sense to have a patch that says Black Division on it, does it? Like, so I just don't see that happening. And we've seen those patches and we've seen those armbands. So that kind of reads more into like, that's an achievement that someone would want to show off to someone like, hey, I'm Black Division, check me out, kind of a thing. So at the very least, I think there's going to be some kind of achievement involved with earning those armbands. So we'll see. What do you think about also, guys, since we're just getting right into the questions, use @NiceGuySpaceTarkov. I'll show you guys real quick here what that looks like. So you see what Hugo did here, and you see what Chris did here. That makes it much easier for me to be able to see you guys ask questions in chat. So if you have a specific question or if you have something specifically that you want to talk about, like what Alexander just did there as well, make sure you're using @NiceGuySpaceTarkov, because it'll pop up as like a bright orange there for me, so it makes things much easier. All right. What do you think about making some ammos only found in raid? Hugo, didn't you ask that? Someone totally asked this yesterday. About the more expensive ammo, having it only be found in raid. If it's like the tip of the spear stuff, possibly. I mean, that might be okay, but my theory with it is that the flea market should be handled. How that stuff is handled in the flea market should be handled first before we worry about crafting. Or the found in raid only stuff. What do you think about the randomization of loot being based off of the standard at that point in the wipe? Example, on day one, low level stuff. At end, you'll find better stuff. That's definitely interesting. I find it, what's the right wording here? I don't think that would be possible because of how they work, because of how like the loot because of how the loot pools work right now. I don't think that would be possible. That would be an amazing question for Nikita. Because the way that things work right now, I don't think that would be possible. But definitely an interesting idea. Is there more info on the Unity update with Tarkov? Is that going to affect the netcode? I made a video specifically about Unity 19 and the updates that it would do to Escape from Tarkov specifically. So if you go to the front page there, or did I make a command for Unity? I don't think I did. If you go to the front page of my channel and you type in Unity 19, it'll be like the first video that pops up. I actually specifically interviewed a couple of some real big boy devs that have made legitimate games in Unity and moved from Unity 18 to Unity 19, and I got their perspective on it, and that's what's in that video. The big thing that stuck out to me, I think, was something to do with volumetric fog, which we know how bad fog can be sometimes in Tarkov with just popping up in the middle of buildings and stuff like that. So I think that'd be cool. What was your rough estimate on 12.11? I doubt it's going to be this week. Next week, again, I wouldn't say doubt for next week. I don't think it's going to be next week, but I will start getting, I'm going to start getting sweaty next week. I'll start getting really anxious next week. That's about all I can say about it, because no one knows. No one other than BSG, baby? BSG might not even know. BSG might not even know at this point, but they're working really hard on it, and they got a bit of a holiday going, which apparently they're going to be back in the office today, or at least most of them are going to be back in the office today after having yesterday off for Victory Day for them. So personally, I don't think it's going to happen this week. I'd be surprised if it happens next week, but I am going to start getting anxious next week. So we could start getting something about a podcast or something like that next week. Do you feel like the game has a healthy player count nowadays? Compared to like at the beginning of a wipe, no, it's probably a night and day difference compared to like the beginning of a wipe. There's still plenty of people playing. And by the way, guys, if you are new to the game and you're having trouble playing Escape from Tarkov, I still would play as much as you could right now. Just don't worry about your gear as much. So if you still have money in your stash, use it or lose it, that kind of a thing. Use it to learn the game, learn the maps, learn the guns, learn player tendencies and stuff like that after spawns. I have a ton of videos talking about that in my EFT Like a Pro playlist. So when it comes to player counts, of course it's towards the end of the wipe, especially with how the economy ended up working out this wipe specifically. You do get bored eventually. It happens, especially when there's no end game like there is right now. So shit happens. You're gonna get bored. You're gonna move on to things. You're gonna move on to other things. Hell, I'm not even playing that much right now. That just happens every wipe cycle. That's why you call it a wipe cycle. Because people end up stop playing towards the end of it. And again, if I were you guys and if you're new to Escape from Tarkov and you still have money in your stash, you're doing it wrong. Use that money, buy some gear, go play. Learn what you can. What's your opinion on the labs card being doubled in amount at Therapist? I think that's an economy thing. Anything involving anything costing like a lot of money or anything being increased in price right now, I think is because of the current economy. So anything with how the hideout costs, like the upgrades for the hideout costing a lot and stuff like that, I think it's all because of the current economy. Not sure if this is the right application, but really excited for Wipe, hopefully soon. Been watching your content for a while and really enjoy it. Have a good stream. Hey, appreciate it, Goose. How do you feel about VoIP? I feel like it's needed. It's absolutely required for a game like Escape from Tarkov, Zip, for sure. Now, anyone that's worried about VoIP, I would say that, of course, it's you're right to be worried about it, but know that Nikita is absolutely terrified of it. So he's gonna do it. He's gonna do right by you. He's gonna make sure that VoIP is done correctly. He's also agreed that VoIP is absolutely required for a game like Escape from Tarkov, and that VoIP is coming, but he's terrified of it. So they're gonna make sure that they do it correctly. Common going to add handheld machine guns chambered in 7.62 by 54R. They are. There's going to be the PKP Pechneg, or Pechkeg, whatever it is, Pechneg, and then also I think the PKM is the PKM 54R. I think the PKM is 54R as well, because they're going to be adding that as well. He gets a job at... Who are you talking about, me? I wouldn't be able to work at BSG. They're looking for in-office people, and they in Russia. So sorry, even for a project like Tarkov, I'm not moving to Russia. Sorry, boys. 100% sure he said that because he doesn't want to add more player models and different hitboxes. Also Russia, so a different sense of humor. Wait, what's that about? Did I miss a question there? Do I think it's okay that Battlestate said that they will never add women? Guys, if you're looking for some kind of like a thing as like a gotcha moment or whatever, of course I'm okay with equality. Of course I'm okay with women being in the game, but that's not my decision. It's BSG's decision. If they want to go with that stuff, they have their reasons. If you want to go yell at them about that, that is something that you can yell at them about. So there was lots and lots of drama about that not even that recently. It was a while back, actually. So they've got their own reasons. Personally, it at least makes a little bit of sense. Because I mean, I don't know PMCs that well, but in terms of like the Russian military, whenever I see those parades, and like, I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to this stuff, but like, whenever I see those parades and stuff, I know that like, I don't see that many women. Maybe there are some women. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. Let's discuss that today. Maybe there are plenty of women in the Russian military. I don't know, but they've got their reasons. I would not be opposed to having women and be in the game and all that stuff. And actually, it's a little strange for we were talking about this a little bit, and I'm not going to go into this too, by the way, guys. I'm not going to go super into detail with this stuff because it's just a fucking train wreck. I don't want to go into this stuff right now.
Use like microwave.
Oh.
What if with VoIP they made the opposite faction of you sound like they are talking backwards?
That would be funny. That'd actually be funny. Anthony, thanks for the 5. When it comes to like, because people whenever they want like a gotcha moment or whatever, they'll ask about women and then they'll ask about minorities. That minorities thing for Tarkov, apparently there's not a whole lot of minorities in Russia. It's just a lot of like smelly white dudes over there. So apparently that's a thing. And I'm a fucking idiot when this comes to this stuff. So, you know, don't take my word for it. But apparently that's the thing about it. But when it comes to PMCs, I mean, there could totally be minorities in the PMCs. I could even see women in the PMCs. So I don't know why it's not a thing personally. Their reasoning is their reasoning. If you want a gotcha moment or if you want to go yell at them about it, they've been doing it for years. So go yell at them about it, please. Not me, because I'm not in charge of that stuff. So when it comes to Anthony here, what if with VoIP they made the opposite faction of you sound like they are talking backwards? That's definitely not that. I mean, that would be an interesting way to, you know, kind of fuck with people, but it's like, I hope that's a joke because that doesn't make any sense. I don't think they would do that. I hope that's a joke, but like, yeah, it's an interesting way, and maybe you can try to figure out what they said, and you can kind of figure it out. Like, I see where you're going with that. Like, at least there's a chance that you can figure out what they're possibly saying without knowing the language, but I just don't see that. There's no way they're gonna do that. USEC microwave. Watched a video yesterday about Real World Ballistics where they shot 4 different 5.56 rounds at Class 4 armor to show different bullet pen. They used an M995. They used M995 last, cost $100 a round, and it didn't pen, right? Didn't it not go through? There's lots of bound stuff that goes with that with Tarkov, and when it comes to armor and when it comes to ballistics and stuff like that, I think the big reason why we're seeing weird stuff happen with that is because they're waiting for those custom armor hitboxes. If there's any reason why that stuff would make sense, it's because of that. If there's any reason to doubt that, it's because of that, I guess is the right word. I need coffee. I wasn't ready for the diversity question just yet. Ugh. People love the gotcha moment stuff. Choose time indeed. Why can't we play labs offline? You can put a key card on you. Unless I'm an idiot. Did they remove that? Keep a key card on you, and you totally can, Elias. Is Lighthouse still confirmed to come out before Streets? Last that they talked about it, yeah. Do you think about those Russian space magic gun? AK-107. What do you think about what do you think about them? The AN-94, that's the 2-round burst that you can practically put on a dime, right? That would be really cool. And then the AK-107 is just cool. It's we don't need to get into that, John Lemon. We don't need it. It's like, it's fine. It's fine. People can ask questions. It's not like they have the reasons. That's why I hate getting into stuff like that. I hate getting into stuff like that. It's not my decision. I'm for it, but it's not my decision. Do you think that they will add frag suits like the ones used by Russian FSB? If it's used in Russia, I guarantee it's going to show up in some way, shape, or form. I guarantee, especially modern day. Yeah, you totally can go labs offline, unless I'm a complete idiot. Just put the labs card in your pocket. Do you think Streets is coming this year? Yeah, that's the plan. Are you supported by BSG anyhow? Any knowledge, news, and so on? I'm not necessarily supported. In fact, I think a couple of them really hate me because I keep them accountable. I keep really good track of like what they've said in the past. Now that being said, there are some people that I am friendly with at BSG, and I know them because their whole platform, they have no marketing budget. Their marketing budget is content creators. So they need to work with content creators, and you know, in terms of numbers, I would assume I'm like at least top 15, right? In terms of like views, in terms of like publicity for Escape from Tarkov. I'm definitely, you know, I could be top 10 or top 15 at least. So yeah, they do give me the time of day. And how many people do we have watching? 209. All right, we were talking about this a lot yesterday, except we had like 400 or something people watching yesterday. I'm okay with 200 people, including the people in the VOD, because I think that you guys are much more tolerant to stuff. So this totally might not end up happening. I want to be clear. I'll turn the music down so you guys can hear me very clearly here. We are going to be talking about that post. So any of you guys that were here yesterday, I'm going to put this right in the middle of the stream, so in case anyone was looking for it, maybe they might not find it too. This totally might not happen. Totally might not happen. But it is probably going to happen. So a few months ago, I sent some questions to one of my contacts at BSG, and they looked them over, and then they got them approved for Nikita to answer them. That last video was about the advanced animations, about ladders and stuff like that. That is how we know about that stuff, because I literally asked Nikita about it and he answered it. So that's how we know about advanced animations with vaulting, working ladders, buddy dragging, buddy healing, all that stuff. It's because literally I asked it and Nikita answered it. So I went and did that again, except this time I asked 11 questions. He came back to me and he said that he revised a couple of them, but all 11 of them have been approved to be answered by Nikita. He hasn't answered them yet, and this totally might not happen, but he has approved for them to get answered. Would you guys like to see those questions? I'm not even going to wait for your answer. All right, so we'll move this over. And we'll put this like this. All right, so let me just run through this real quick. Oh, and by the way, this was my plan all along. I just didn't want to do a topic today. I wanted to see what people would do in the VOD, because I didn't want absolutely everyone knowing about this. Again, guys, I might end up looking like a complete fucking idiot. I might end up I probably shouldn't be doing this, and I probably shouldn't be showing you guys, because I am going to look like a complete jackass if he doesn't end up answering these questions. But last time I sent some questions to them, he approved them, and then he said that he would send them to Nikita. And then after that, I got my answers. This is exactly the way that it's happening this time. He's approved them. He sent them to Nikita. I'm just waiting on the answers. He could totally just not answer them. That could be a thing. That could be a real thing, and I could look like a complete jackass if he doesn't end up answering them. But we'll see. It's actually kind of likely that it happens, but it still might not happen. Anyway, so question number 1 is, I don't know how well you guys can see this. Question number 1 is, since it's been a few weeks, is there any statement that you would like to give on the general progress of the project and how the team is doing? And again, guys, there's no answers here. He hasn't answered them. Let me be super clear here. There's no answers yet. I'm still waiting to get the answers back. But these are the questions that are going to show up in front of Nikita. Also, another thing, too, is he might not answer all of them. He might only answer a few of them. But this is what's been sent. God, if he doesn't end up doing this, I'm going to look like a fucking idiot. There are several topic number 2. There are several interesting features that haven't been talked about recently that we are curious about. Are these still planned? Gas grenades, CS gas, and coughing while in smoke. Cooking grenades, that would be huge. Breaking, breaching, picking, blowing open locked doors, also huge. Flares as an NVG deterrent general light source. That would also be huge for night raids. So that would be really cool for night raids. Generally speaking, this is all stuff that they have said is planned in the past. But again, like I phrased the question, at the beginning there, they haven't been talked about recently. So I was getting a little worried. So I asked about them. So we'll see what he says. New quests. You've said recently that you've finished writing at least some of the lore storyline-based quests. Will we be seeing the daily, weekly, or timed quests tied to the lore as well? I'm assuming that he's just going to say yes, they're going to be tied to the lore, because why wouldn't they be in some way, shape, or form? But generally speaking, I'm just hoping that he gives us an answer about what's going on with the daily, weekly, or time quests and see what's up with that. Without actually asking, when. Because they don't like giving dates these days if you guys haven't been able to figure that out. And if you guys are looking for the question about when wipe, I didn't ask it because I'm not looking for this to be the last time I ask Nikita any questions ever. So he's obviously not going to answer that stuff. So I did not ask when wipe. I did not ask about it. Well, plus I'm pretty sure we'll be getting it pretty soon based off of some other tournament stuff that's going to be happening in June. It just makes sense, guys. It just makes sense to happen with 12.11. We'll see. Factions. Did I get the other one? Yeah, factions. We know that factions are going to play a more big role in Escape from Tarkov. Also, when it comes to, I think he messed around with the phrasing of this a little bit for it to translate into Russian a little bit easier. Because I didn't write it like that. We know that factions are going to play a more big role in Escape from Tarkov, but will there be some form of standings system with different factions? Can you become friends with them like you can with the traders? I'm going to assume he says no, but it's going to be interesting if he gives us some kind of an update. I'm just looking for some kind of an update about factions, to be honest. I want to know what's going on with the UN. I want to know what's going on with the GRU, stuff like that. So hopefully we can get some kind of update with the factions there. I do not have my alerts on, Braxton. Braxton, thanks for the 5. I don't know where that question's coming from, but we can get to that later. Braxton, thank you very much for the 5. I don't have alerts on this screen here, unfortunately. But you said, how about a
microwave?
How about a challenge and password linked to that chat wheel? That way you can't pretend to be another faction.
Apparently I do. Apparently I do have alerts. It didn't pop up, so sorry, Braxton. But how about a challenge and password linked to chat wheel? That way you can't pretend to be another faction. Part of it should be that you can pretend to be another faction, though, to be honest with you. That's why they're doing broken English bears, so that maybe you can detect that doesn't sound right. That sounds like an accent, that kind of a thing. I'm kind of on that train. I'm okay with people like being diabolical and acting like they're in different factions, but they're really not and stuff like that. I'm okay with that, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Future weapons. So, is it safe to say most, if not all, weapons seen in contract wars and hired ops will be coming to Escape from Tarkov in the future? I'm sure that he might say something like maybe 1 or 2 of them, or a few of them even, aren't going to be coming. But he has said that in the past, so that's that's why I've based my future gun videos on that, because he's literally said in the past that if a gun is in hired ops or contract wars, it is the same universe, so it makes sense to be in Escape from Tarkov. So that's sort of covering my ass. So I hope he says that again. And this time we'll have it as an updated kind of thing for it. Patch 12.11 is the next major patch, expecting to bring the factory expansion as well as the first iteration of Scav Karma. How will people playing as different player Scavs be able to communicate? Do Scavs have their own comms channel like Scav Radio? I didn't phrase that question anything like that, so he rephrased that a bit differently. It's a little interesting that he called it that, like a comms channel and stuff like that. Hell, maybe, and this is huge speculation here too, by the way, guys. But this is also like some 5D, like big brain, like kind of not big brain, but like maybe overthinking this a bit. But does that mean that we're getting VoIP? Like, why is he talking about radio? Why is he talking about comms channel? What's going on with that? Did he accidentally? Is there something going on here with the VoIP? What's going on with that? So that'd be cool. It might be seeing something with that. If you have anything to say about these features, we're eager to get an update. Weapon malfunctions, overheating, custom rigs, replaceable armor plates with more accurate hitboxes. Very interested. If he gives us any kind of update about the armor hitboxes, I'm gonna nut. I can't wait for that. I honestly can't wait. It's gonna be it's gonna actually be an insane change to the game. Maps. We are insanely excited about new locations and, of course, Streets of Tarkov. So if there's any new details that you can give regarding its progress, we'd love to hear about it. If not, we're also curious about any plans for other locations like Lighthouse, Suburbs, Town, and Terminal, expansions like Factory, or map-to-map travel like the trains idea. Those of you guys that don't know, they have spoken about a possible train system that can go from map to map. Just like you leave Reserve, imagine if you left Reserve and then popped up on Streets on that train. That's kind of what they're talking about. So they haven't talked about it in a while, so we want to see what happens with it. If you would like to share any details on that stuff. So that's how I phrase that question. What are your current thoughts on the gameplay loop of Escape from Tarkov? We know that you have many new features planned, but generally speaking, do you think the day-to-day play roughly represents what the game will look like around launch, or will it be much different? I'm assuming he's going to say that it's going to be a lot different. And I'm specifically looking for that kind of an answer. Like, I want him to explain how what his plans are for the economy, what his ideal kind of, I mean, we can really hope we can get like his ideal picture of what a launch Escape from Tarkov looks in that sense. Because with all the different locations, all the different NPC factions, all the different weapon systems, all the different traders, the different features when it comes to especially things like the weapon overheating, malfunctions, the custom armor hitboxes and stuff like that, it's going to feel like Tarkov, sure, because at its core it is a first-person shooter, and the way that you move around the map and stuff like that, or just not even around the map, but just in general, it will feel like Tarkov, but the gameplay and the day-to-day progress that you have, or probably process is probably a better way to put that, is going to be significantly different, as long as they keep to the plan, which they should be, and hopefully he answers that. The community seems to be split between Chads and Rats. Where some are here to dominate PvP while others are here to survive and explore. What might you say to people worried that their interests aren't going to be supported in the end product? So this is just kind of a little bit of an open question about like pacing, as compared to the Chads and Rats. He definitely knows. He knows what the difference between a Chad and a Rat is, and it's going to be a bit of an interesting answer if he does answer that. So I want to see what he says. Okay, the very last thing here. I did not ask this question like this. So this is actually worrying, guys. This is actually worrying, and I don't know if someone in chat has already brought this up. I did not phrase this last question like this. I did not. So I'll increase the size here a bit. Question number 11 here was reformatted a bit. And I did not ask it like this, and it's making me worried that he changed it like this. Is there something you wanted to implement in Escape from Tarkov but have discovered that you likely cannot due to engine limitations? That is fucking terrifying. That could be a map. That could be NPC factions. That could be guns. That could be features. That could be literally anything. And I'm going to have trouble sleeping until I get an answer to that, because I am super fucking worried. We might get some kind of bombshell. I'm not going to be that surprised if something big happens like that, because we all know Tarkov. We all know, and like Unity is a sketchy engine. It's a bit of a weird engine to pick for a project like this. I'm fucking terrified of what he's going to be saying. Yeah, I'm fucking terrified of how he answers that. And, maybe he just says no, and it'll be no problem. Maybe he's just going to say, no, we're good, and there'll be no issues. But I did not phrase that question. That is not the question. I forget what I asked. I might have it somewhere. I probably do, because I sent him the questions initially. But I do not remember asking that question like that. So that's terrifying. And that's going to be a big one. And yeah, like I said, guys, very real chance that, and also it's just a chance that I end up making myself look like a complete jackass if he doesn't end up answering these questions. So that's why I'm not going and sounding the alarm or whatever. But yeah, so that's a thing. So that's the thing. We'll see if we get those answers. He might not answer all of them, and yeah, it'll be a very good questions there. Okay, boop 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 boop. Turn the music up a little bit. All right, if some of you guys still disagree, or if you think I should ask another question or something like that or whatever, please feel free to chat about it, because I do want to make sure that we are getting to people with negative thoughts and stuff like that about Tarkov, and hopefully we can maybe widen our horizons a little bit more, or just kind of discuss some stuff. Where is my monitor? There. Not monitor, window. Jack, you're good. Don't worry about it. That's what Alexander's here for. And Zip, too. Zip, we're good for now. I might add you later, though, Zip. That was more for, like, a community games thing, by the way. Which, by the way, guys, community games are going to be a thing. I just need to get my shit together in terms of processing that and getting that all together. I think what we're going to do first is Star Citizen, though. It's going to be super difficult to get. It's not going to be Tarkov, because it's going to be insanely difficult to do Tarkov. But, oh, actually, another one is... might do Enlisted, since Enlisted is free to play. Maybe we'll do our soft open as Enlisted, since it's free to play. Maybe we'll do that, but that's coming. That's soon TM. So topic 11 is a gambler event, and we just went all in. I didn't ask the question like that. He revised that question to that. So that's fucking terrifying. We'll see what he says. What do you think about making the flea market weapons only trading with exclusive currency like dog tags? One of the coolest things in Tarkov is the modding. Trading ideas would be cool. I'm not opposed to it because, as I've said before, which a lot of people in here might have already heard, is I'm actually against the flea market. I think the flea market causes a major problem for Escape from Tarkov, of which removing it will solve that problem. But I don't believe that that is the only solution. So if you have any logical ideas of something that might be able to fix the flea market, I'm all for it. Let's test it. Can you please explain what the graphic overhaul will bring? We saw them working on that tree. That was probably just they wanted to get trees right on streets because there's going to be a bunch of. It looked like one of those streets because one of the pictures after that was like some parked cars along a road and stuff. So I think that was just a random tree. So that's why I thought it was funny to just comment tree. Nice tree. Nice. I think that's what I said. I said something about the tree. Like they showed a gun or whatever, and I didn't even comment about it. I just said, "Ooh, tree." Do you think that airdrops could also act as something negative, like airdropping a bunch of PFM1 mines? I don't know what PFM1 mines are, but if you mean like a booby trap, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. We'll see. What features have to be in the game for patch 13 release? It's not necessarily a have to, but they're planning to have Streets of Tarkov, the lore quests by then, at least I hope by then. Also, custom armor rigs by then, custom armor hitboxes. Also, as a kind of like a waterfall kind of thing, unless they add it before, the scav boss that is supposed to be at the car dealership on Streets is supposed to have the RPD. So we should be seeing the RPD and along with the saw, because the saw was supposed to come with the RPD with that as well. So maybe we'll see the LMGs with that as well. But right now, patch 13 is the Streets patch. Should try Hell Let Loose. It's dope. No, I have Hell Let Loose, actually. It's right here. These are kind of just generally all the games that I play here, guys. We got, I still haven't actually, I bought this and I haven't even played it. I bought it when it was on sale, but I've been meaning to play that because I'm a Lord of the Rings nerd. But we got Mortal Online 2, Outriders, which I still need to play more of. Rust when I feel like it. Every once in a while, once a year, a couple times a year, I'll jump into Rust. Civ 6 was a lot of fun, but I'm going to be moving on to Humankind once Humankind comes out. Among Us just for the lulz with friends. Armor 3, I actually have a bunch of mods downloaded for Armor 3. I'm going to jump back into Armor 3 a little bit. Atlas was for the lulz because we wanted to be a pirate ship. We wanted to make a pirate ship. Balloon CDM because sometimes it's just fun. Battlefield 5 was interesting. Also, I'm going to be getting the new Battlefield. I want to check that out. Got Hell Let Loose down here. Fucking love Destiny 2. World of Conflict is really cool. Unfortunately, not as many people play it anymore. Hired Ops was okay. It was cool to play for a little while there while they were launching the new version of it there. Total War Attila is cool. Also, you got the Lord of the Rings mod with Total War Attila. Valheim was really cool. I mean, Minecraft, I don't really play it too often, but once in a while, once in a blue moon, somebody might say, let's just jump on and fuck around and make a little house kind of a thing. It's like kind of like a have a couple beers kind of thing, especially over COVID. Command & Conquer 0 Hour. I mean, I don't think I would ever not have this installed on my computer at any given moment because it's the best game ever. Warzone. Also Warzone and Zombies. I don't know what this game is. Battlefield 4, and then Star Citizen. And World of Warcraft. Love World of Warcraft. And War Thunder. And sometimes I fuck around with stuff in Unreal Engine. So yeah. The faction standings seem like a good idea. Do you think there could be faction-specific dealers as well? That's why I don't think it's going to be a thing. Because, I mean, maybe, but that's going to be kind of weird if just over time they just somehow... There's going to need to be a proper setup for it is really what I'm trying to say here. It's going to be super difficult for you to understand your reputation with open world NPCs. Like, at least with traders, like, you have brass tacks. You have the brass tacks, like, simple numbers showing you, like, this is your reputation. This is good. You are good with them. Like, that kind of a thing. Where for the NPCs, unless there is a system like that, I don't know how you would be able to track that efficiently. With that question, I just hope that he's gonna give us some info about it. But yeah, Hell Let Loose is cool. I like Hell Let Loose. What if they limit the flea market to a certain location, like a map-specific trader? I don't think that they would do that, but I think what they're thinking of doing is making it be accessible through the hideout. Maybe that's not the plan anymore. That's why I asked about stuff like that. Hopefully we can get some answers about that stuff. But it would be accessible through like your laptop in the hideout. So you have to get your, not only do you need to be a certain level, but you need to get your Intel station or whatever kind of laptop setup that they do. Did I forget Wargame? Oop, I forgot Wargame. Yeah, Wargame Red Dragon. But yeah, you would need like the laptop setup in order to get online and get to the flea market. The big thing with me with the flea market though, guys, is how it's instantaneous. As long as you have the money, you instantly get whatever the fuck you want. As long as you have the money, it literally pops up in your inventory instantly. That is what that is the major problem for me. If there was some kind of time to that, some kind of time limit or maybe some kind of use limit or something going on with that, I think that's something that we should explore for the flea market, but that's just me. Oh, I fucking love 0 Hour. Let's give him an air show. China will be victorious. We need new shoes. Yeah, that game's actually super racist. I forgot, was it Kotaku or... Was it Kotaku? Old RTS games were like super... I think it was Kotaku or Polygon or somebody did an article about that recently. Like that's one of the most edgiest like RTS games ever because they have like suicide bombers and stuff. Not that that's funny, but it's just like, I mean, it's a little bit. But I have over 8,000 hours in Rust, but I quit playing it recently. Yeah, from time to time I jump in. It's cool with some friends. What is your opinion on the changes to Tarkov affect... what is your opinion on the changes to Tarkov affected the casual player? Everything affects the casual player because it's not a casual game. They don't really think about the casual player too much in Tarkov. If that's what you're talking about, then you've got a rough road ahead, bub. What about different silence guns sounding depending on the ammo type? Yeah, they're looking at that. I do remember being in a stream where Nikita was talking to Clean and he literally changed something about the sound of an AK round or something midstream. So they have stuff that can fix that. You're on the stream so far. Is there a chance that milsim can happen? Is there like a way that you won't just lose everything when you die like custom games? Nah, you would have to do like an offline. You have to do an offline. Or maybe arena. Maybe. Opinion on Wargame Red Dragon? My opinion on Wargame Red Dragon is that they need mod support ASAP. So my boy Jack can make some mods. Also, it's one of my most played games. I have several thousand hours in Wargame Red Dragon. Most of which spent in a lobby. When do you think is the next Q&A with the big guy himself? I don't know. Could be sooner than we think. Depending on when you join the stream today. What would you think if a week before the wipe they did a free week trial to bring in... No, they couldn't do that because that'd be a shit show with cheaters and stuff. Right thought process, but that'd be a shit show. Yeah, we won't even get into Wargame chat. We won't even get into that here, dude. What if when you buy something on the fleet, it will get delivered after a certain time, like Prapper's insurance? That's what I mean. Like, we need, like, I'm not going to say we need, but we should test something like that because I think it's going to help. I think it'll help. I need to take a sip of coffee. I'm going to lose my voice. Ah. Yeah, I might lose my voice today. It's Tuesday. Also, guys, while we're on the subject, we might either move the Good Morning Tarkov back an hour or something like that, or it might not happen on Tuesdays, because Tuesday mornings I play hockey. So I had to rush. I barely got here on time. So I had to get off the ice, drive over. I'm like half an hour away from the rink, and then get all this shit together. I barely made it on time. Also, I just like, I don't have the topic ready and all that stuff. So, I mean, it could just work out if we just kind of chit chat like this for the hour after. But I don't know. We'll see. It ended up being all right today. But after playing hockey, I was already out of breath and whatnot. I was already tired and already starting to lose my voice a little bit after yelling to people there. So, I don't know. We might do something different for Tuesdays. Just Tuesdays, though. Do you think that any new NPC factions will come with streets, including the bosses, including the bosses? Excluding the bosses. The GRU and the UN were supposed to have significant presence at streets, so that'd be cool. What about locking different sections of the flea market behind traders? Elaborate. Sorry if this has already been mentioned. But will EFT have any in-game clan system? Yep, that's planned. I have a video talking about it specifically, so if you go to the front page of my channel and type in clan, it should be one of the first videos that pop up. Love to see more harder to level up made early wipe feel more longer, and make new too big task and give special item when you success in late wipe. We will feels late wipe more enjoyable. Agreed. What about knockdown system instead of only death, giving low pen bullet but some chance? That's going to be with concussions, Mr. Pencil. Let's see what happens with concussions and the unconscious states. If we had like a knockback with slugs, I feel like that would be too much. But if you hit someone in the head and that knocks them out, I could get on that train. What would you think about removing ammunition from the flea market? I'm not okay with that. Like I don't know. I think it involves the timing, because this isn't an instant game. Anything regarding gear in Escape from Tarkov is difficult, because you need to go into a raid, or you need to be able to make money, which involves you going into a raid and surviving it and doing well in order to, progress, in order to, have, get that income or get that item. And the flea market completely it's a complete loophole. You literally click a button and you get whatever you want as long as you have the money. Now, sure, you have to have the money, but where did you get the money? And is it taking away the game depending on how you get that money, which we won't get into right now, but still, just the pure essence of being able to instantly access and acquire something, I don't think is good for Escape from Tarkov. That's just my feeling on it. Reputation could be tracked with NPC dialogue or aggressiveness, but what if so then are you not able to come back with them after you're already negative with them? You see what I mean? As long as there's some kind of, maybe there's like some kind of social media thing, and maybe you can talk to one of them, or maybe you can pay them money or something. If it's like specifically just in raid communication, I don't think it'll end up working out, is what I'm saying. Like, because with the traders, you have that actual process of with the tasks and stuff like that. Hell, maybe you can give them some tasks for the UN or the GRU or something. That'll end up working out fine. Well, theoretically. Didn't Nikita say something about a fence rework? It's not necessarily a fence. It's not necessarily a fence rework, but he is going to be involved with scav karma. So if you get good karma with scavs, that's going to be good rep with fence, and he's going to be able to give you some goodies. He's going to have some tiers that you can unlock if you're being a good boy as a scav. We'll be able to kill the birds and customs. No, I don't think so. Not anytime soon. How do you feel about the AI combat skill as of right now? It's going to be constantly tweaked. They'll mess around with that once more NPC factions are in, or scav factions are in. But they're all right. I think there's more changes coming down the line, especially once we get more of the factions. Like locking mods behind mechanic or skier and meds behind therapist, etc. But it's the flea market, so you're not getting it from them. You're getting it from someone else. So sure, like let's use the 3080 Ti. Sure, Best Buy doesn't have a 3080 Ti right now, but some idiot on eBay that wants to sell it for $4,000 has one. So that's the kind of thing. Is it going to be you're going for traders if you're going to go get the legit one, or are you going to go to talk to Cheeky Joe Schmo over on Shmeebay or whatever it's called on the flea market and see, and, try your luck, but you're gonna have to pay for it. It's because it's just different. It's just different. Do you think you will be able to use your weapon butt as a melee weapon? I forget if it's like that, but there's going to be melee takedowns, and there's going to be more stuff like that coming. I would imagine that you can do that. Do you think that the ground they'll rework? Oh boy, guys. Do you think they'll rework the ground to allow for footprint visibility so that you can track players and scavs? That would be really cool, but no, because I think they would have had to do that from the beginning. I could be an idiot and I could be wrong with that, but I think they would have had to have that set up from the beginning. Would be cool if they set something up so that you leave dirt. I don't know about I don't know about you putting a footprint in, because I feel like there'd be something that would have to be done with the environment to do that. But I think maybe there's something where if there's like a if statement or whatever, if function, whatever you want to call it. I'm not an engineer. That if this guy recently walked through water, then maybe he can leave behind some water specks or something like that. If he just recently walked through dirt, maybe he'll leave a little bit of dirt or some mud or something behind him. But I don't know about leaving footprints and stuff. Speak slower. I wish I could. What if fleet item have unlocked first for gears and guns? Have to unlocked first? Again, that's another thing with the traders. I don't think it's going to end up working out the same, because it should be different. Those two things should be different. Am I the only one who wants a beard in Tarkov? There already is the Santa beard. What do you mean? You mean the baddie beard? I hope we get the baddie beard. I'd rock the shit out of that. I lost where I was. Here we are. I heard something about the ability of possibly playing as a scav and getting a raider or scav boss minion, or even the scav boss. I don't know about minion, but in the scav life DLC, their current plan is that eventually, if you've done enough good stuff in the scav life DLC, there's potential for you to become a scav raider or even a scav boss. But that was the last time they talked about it, though. I don't know what the current plan is, although theoretically that should still be the plan. I'd like to see break action shotguns. Break action shotguns. What is that? Oh, you mean like a double barrel? I'm a gun guy, but for some of this stuff, I don't. Is that where you open it up and the spent? I'm a fucking idiot this morning. The spent shells pop out. Is that what you mean by break action? Like a double barrel shotgun, like something like that? I mean, the double barrel's planned. I don't know about rifles and stuff. There's more civilian rifles and stuff like that coming. Oh, we might even see one with Victory Day. We'll see what happens. I'm a level. Good for you. I don't know what that means. BMG, I don't know what that means. Will they make the AK handguards 2 separate slots so we can make more combinations, like using an Ultimac gas block with the Zukov handguard? No idea. But there is going to be further modification that you can do with your guns in the future. You can move stuff all up and down the rails all you want and all that stuff. And there's going to be better internals too, with like trigger groups and stuff. Will they make... Okay, I already got that. What if when you get enough PMC karma, once it's unlocked, you unlock the Black Division clothing? Which, yeah, I think it's probably going to be something like that. I think it's going to be something like that. It's going to be like an achievement, because I just don't see Black Division dudes wearing an armband that says Black Division. So I think it's going to be some kind of achievement. NPC companions. I mean, you can already kind of do that, because you can tell scavs to follow you. So do you mean raiders? It makes sense if you were able to be a scav boss. I wouldn't see why not. If you could be a raider, you can also help other raiders or get other raiders to follow you. I'm a level... Oh, okay, I see you. Okay, level 9 solo player. Do you think that it would be a good idea to join a group to help my odds of living a raid? Absolutely. Power in numbers for sure, dude. Just be really careful. Don't trust anyone until you trust them. So don't bring any gear that you wouldn't mind losing. So depends on the Discord that you choose to go to and stuff like that. Scav wifey? Okay, I don't know about that. Do you see the end product of EFT main? Do you see the end product of EFT main to be a lot more PvE focused? So hopefully this doesn't throw people the wrong way, but yes. So there is going to be significantly more PvE combat in the, at least that's the way that that's what I've gathered over the years. There's going to be significantly more PvE combat, and it could very well be somewhat rare to find PMCs, especially on big maps. But if you go over to Factory, of course you're going to find PMCs. Actually, we don't know. It depends on how big they make the expansion, so we'll end up seeing. But I would still think that you're going to be able to find PMCs pretty easily over there on Factory. But the point of Escape from Tarkov is that you're really trying to fight off your surroundings. So there's including more NPC factions, like the more scav bosses, the more NPC factions, the more enemies. it's going to get more difficult. So sure, I do think it's going to be more PvE. Focused is the wrong word though, because they're just generally, I think they're PvE VP focused. Like they want all of it. Like that's their focus. They want generally just they want it to be a good experience in general. It's not necessarily PvE or PvP, but there will be a lot of PvE for sure because of everything that they're going to end up adding. I need to take another sip. What would you think of a survival streak reward for your PMC growing a beard? That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd like that. That'd be cool. How long would you like the wipe cycles to be? 3 to 5 months is kind of a sweet spot for me. I know not everyone's on that train, but 3 to 5 months I think would be a sweet spot because we're here to test things, guys. We are here to test things. If it's gonna wipe anyway, why not wipe a bit sooner? Just play when you can. That's but you know, that's my opinion. You asked, that's my opinion. Sorry if you already answered, but will there be a snow map? One of the DLCs is supposed to be significant weather like snow. I just don't know exactly how they're going to go about it. I don't know if all of the maps are going to become snowy. I don't know if one of the maps are going to become snowy. I don't know if there's a chance that it might snow on one of the maps for raid, like per raid, like it does with the rain and stuff like that right now. I don't know, but that is the plan. Snow is supposed to be planned with the more significant weather. You think they'll add ammunition conversions like 4.58 SOCOM, 9mm, etc., or feed conversions? They talked about they talked about that not being a thing. So when 300 Blackout popped up, Nikita mentioned that they don't want that to be or not that they don't want, but they're not going to have that be a thing. You'll have your receiver group and you'll have your barrels, and then you can mess with everything else, like what we get with 300 Blackout. What position do you play? Favorite NHL team? I'm from New England, so it's the Bruins, and they're hot right now, so the Bruins are doing cool. And it's pickup hockey. There's not really a position, but when I played, how should I word this? When I took it seriously, I was center. I played center. Have you ever thought about them taking certain things off the flea market, like taking items off? For sure. That's all stuff that we should test. Like we need to test to see what the actual, because I'm just one guy, so you're asking for my opinion. I know what would work for me, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for. It's definitely not going to work for the rest of the community. So let's test it. Let's do it. And we got some economy events that they're planning anyway. They're doing like the dynamic economy events and stuff like that anyway. So they're kind of already planning on doing stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. What do you think about bows, throwing knives, and throwing axes? They already said no. They're not going to do stuff like that. They already said no. What are you hunting, dinosaurs? Yeah, they already said no. I mean, it makes sense for some of that stuff, but they already said no. What if they give simple quest every raid or small reward and is optional? Mr. Pencil, ask me again after Scav Karma is in, because I think that's one of the things they're going to do with it. They said something about special in-raid tasks and stuff like that, so that might become a thing. So we'll see what happens after Scav Karma's in. What if they made a shipping system for the flea market where you would have to order things and wait for delivery to your stash, and you can pay extra for faster delivery? Yes, that is what I want. Actually, yes, I think that is going to be good, but that is my opinion. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. Doesn't mean I heard them say anything about it, but not that I'm saying this specifically to you, Rorik, but I know that the people are probably going to read about me saying that. So I think that we should test that. Can't wait to see the new booze on Factory for sure. In the original trailer, a bear and Yusek team up to fight the scavs, so I guess more PvE focused. Not necessarily, because what did they do just before they teamed up? They were trying to kill each other. See what I mean? And then because all of their friends died and they still wanted to survive, they worked together to get out of there because there were more scavs coming into the building. So it's not as one-sided as some people would think. They're already here, writing on the wall in woods. Who are they? Was a question from Nikita, or trivia answer is the... Oh, Kirill, I am way too not awake to be doing. I don't know what the fuck you were doing there with that question, bud. You're gonna. Are you a cultist? Is that what you're saying? Do we need to be worried about you? Do you think that they will add catastrophic failures to guns? Yes, they are. They're going to do that. I forget if I made that like a title of a video, but they did talk about that being a thing. And yes, it will injure you, but just take care of your gun, and your gun will take care of you. Title has the wrong date in it, by the way. I always fucking forget. Always forget. Danka. Could there ever be a possibility that different factions will roam around in groups like scavs? And yeah, that's the plan. There's going to be patrols. There's going to literally be a patrol like squad because Untar is going to be broken up into squads, and then GRU are supposed to be hunting people. Did you play Hired Ops? Yeah, I liked it as like an arcadey game, and it feels like kind of in a weird way it feels like Tarkov. So it was cool for a little while, but there's a reason why I like Tarkov. It's because I don't usually do those kind of arcadey games. They're fun every once in a while, but it's not exactly my full-time like style. Scav slaves in Hideout confer. I don't know where you got that. I don't know where you got that. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock, so I'm going to... So apologies for anyone that I might have skipped. Actually, I think I saw something that I thought was interesting. Give me one sec. I thought I saw something... Thanks, BMG, for the kind words. Yeah, you're kind of right there, Pencil. Raptor Meat, rewind a little bit. I showed my desktop. I played pretty much everything. I'm a big nerd. I like all the different kinds of games. Fuck, I thought there was a... Maybe I answered it. Oh, you know what? I think it was the catastrophic failure one. I think that was it. And I got that already. All right, guys. So I am going to skip through to the end here, and then I'll just kind of pick off the last few questions that I see pop up. If I didn't get to your question, or if you have something that you really want to ask, just pop it up, and I'll see if I can get to it, because I do keep these to an hour long, and we are at that hour point. Do you think they will add grenade malfunctions like duds? I think they said they would. And then stuff like that, there's going to be, if you're talking about like the grenade launcher, like the 40mm grenades, they already have something similar, like with the arming range and stuff like that. So maybe. What if they would make flea market available after upgrading intelligence center to a certain level? I think that is going to be part of the plan, but again, at its core, it's the instantaneous access that I think is a problem. And that's just me saying that. I think that the instantaneous access to whatever the fuck you want, as long as you have the money, is the problem. Are they planning on changing nighttime raids to not be a full moon every time? I mean, it's not. Am I missing something? There's totally weather at night. Maybe that's maybe it's a skybox thing. I don't know. I don't think that would be like a super big priority, but maybe if they end up doing flares or something, we'll see. I know it might not happen, but what's your opinion on a console ports? It's definitely a probably not going to happen thing. But Nikita has said in the past that if Sony or Microsoft approached him and asked for an exclusive, he would agree and he would work with them for it. But it would not be BSG that would be doing the port. BSG will not be doing the port to the console. It would have to be some other company that does the port, because they've got enough stuff to do already. What's your opinion on the new Star Citizen patch? I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. Next time I'm going to go back into Star Citizen is when the Birdie Boy shows up. I have the Inferno. So once they add the Inferno, I'm going to go back and I'll be flying around Burt and stuff. Should they nerf the spawn rates of high tier gear and guns so it's not so commonly available? Possibly. That could be a fix. There's going to be dynamic events and stuff like that. Also, I think the current economy is set up like that, or the current loopholes are set up like that because we are in a testing environment. So around launch, those things are going to be more rare anyway. There's weather, yes, but as long as it's clear, it's always a full moon. Yeah, I think it's just a skybox thing. Maybe, maybe not. Glow stick on rig, that'd be cool. Flares in general would just be really cool. Actually, glow sticks could also go along with that too. Anyway, yep, later, Alexander, because that is going to do it today, guys. Thank you very much. If you have any other questions, I will be here again tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 10 from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern United States time. But as usual, sub to the channel if you need the latest Escape from Tarkov news. Oh, actually, on that note, we might not have a stream. We might not do the morning stream on Thursday because we're getting some stuff delivered to the house. And they just said generally in the morning. So if it's during the stream, I need to go help with that and get that stuff moved into the house. So we may not stream on Thursday, but I'll know tomorrow whether or not that's going to be a thing. I'll decide tomorrow. But either way, I'll figure out some way to make it up. And what do we got today? I have a bunch of video editing that I have to do because I've got some very big videos coming up as one of the things that we talked about today, but I haven't had the answers yet. So we got some stuff coming up with that, with the video editing. And otherwise, if you guys haven't checked it out, all you guys that were asking about the other games that I play, make sure you check out the second channel because I'm going to be testing some stuff. I'm going to be doing some stuff over there with like, shit, what do I want to play today? There was something I wanted to do today on a different game, and I'll do that on the second channel. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for hanging out, and I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.